Hey, friends, happy Sunday. I have one very quick stuff to say. I don't know if the problem with our society is parenting. I don't know if it's government. I don't know if it's the society itself. I don't know if it's the educational system that we have. But one thing I've come to understand is that I made a post recently on Facebook that said, why do successful parents produce wayward children? Wayward children in the sense that you see them, they are just recalcitrant. Some of us were stubborn kids. I was a stubborn kid, but I didn't get to that level of stubbornness where I become destructive. I can be stubborn, go out and play soccer and return, come home dirty and stuff like that. But you see kids now, you correct them, and they start breaking your television, smashing things on the floor. And parents are there. In Nigeria, and parents are looking at them. Instead of parents acting as parents, you pick video to record, to have evidence. Evidence before God or before court, who do you want to show the evidence to? The fact that your children, the fact that your son, your daughter becomes destructive when you correct is a failure on your path. The fact that you even pick video, your phone to start recording, you want to have a video to show who? To show your foolishness, to show your loss to people, that you have lost your own child. Parent can no longer parent. Teacher can no longer teach. You want to send your children to school to be taught while you have failed them. You have failed as a parent in the house. Then they correct your child. Our system beat kids. If we were not beaten, many of you reading or watching this will not be good, will not turn out good. Somebody was making, did the beating change us? It did. It did. Many of us would have been lost in the crowd, if not for the beatings of our teachers. Thank you to my teachers. To everyone who conked me, to everyone who slapped me, to everyone who beat me. They trained me for my parents. They trained me for my parents. And I am happy for that. And I say thank you to them. Now, parents will go to school to fight teacher for correcting their children. Parents will go to school to request for apology that a child was corrected in school. Then take your children home. Put them back at home and teach them yourself now. We see that you have also failed as a parent. So how can, if you don't even know what is good as a parent, how can you know what is good for your child or for your children? Parents, people, our generation is more to blame for this because the generation of our parents, they trained us. But we neglect the training that made us successful kids, that made us proud kids, that made our parents proud of us. We want to train our children in the way of the American and the British and the German and the... Do you know how many kids on the streets of the United States that got destroyed for taking drugs because their parents did not raise them right? Yeah. I want to read, those are the ones you see and you want your children to be like them. You don't live among them, you live in Nigeria. We see them every day. We know the number of homeless people in the United States is more than the number of homeless people in the whole of Africa. You don't see those things. You watch movies. You take your child, a boy. I don't have any problem with those things, so I won't talk about them. But you have failed. And it is so clear that you have failed. And the failure is rubbing on your children. You have failed your children, and your children will apparently fail their own children. Now I start asking myself, where did the failure creep in? How did it? Because our parents didn't fail raising us. But our generation is failing our children. Because we cannot teach them. Everything is a social media thing. Just think about this. I'm not judging, but I'm just trying to just ignite something in you. I'm just trying to ignite something in you, spark something that'll make you think. Take care. Have a beautiful week ahead.